Hey, what's going on, guys? LynxWarlord here, and today I'm bringing you part 1 of how to get your big streaks in Black Ops 2. Now, I've just finished all 5 parts on my how to get better aim guide, and all parts to that were really well received. So if you've missed any of those videos, click the links on the screen now, or click the links in the description. But in today's video, I'm going to be going through the top 3 classes that will help you to get your big streaks. Now, if we can hit 1,000 likes on this video, I'll upload part 2 as soon as possible, which is all about the best streaks to use in each situation. Now, after that, part 3 and part 4 will all be about making sure you know how to keep your streaks and, more importantly, stay alive. So at the end of the guide, you'll know exactly how to get your big streaks and keep them. So I hope you guys all enjoy part 1, and let's get down to it. Now, when your aim is to get big streaks, we need the best classes possible to make it easy to get kills and stay alive. So we need a class that lets us win all different types of gunfights, as well as use the map to our advantage. Now, the 3 different classes I've came up with are all for this and have been tried and tested. And because of this, I've used a different type of primary for each class, and I've used perks to make sure that they can be as deadly as possible, whilst at the same time keeping you alive. So for our first class, we're taking the M27 for our primary. Now, this is for the players that like to rush, but also want to be effective at long range too, and this gun is perfect for that. So it's got a great damage and a really fast kill time, which is really going to help you when you need it. So to build on this, we're taking Quick Draw and a Silencer. Now, these 2 attachments go very well together, since Quick Draw lets you aim and lock onto targets much faster, and a Silencer lets you rush and not be seen. So together you're able to rush very well, but still have a quick aim over long range. Now, moving on to our perks, we're taking Hardline and Ghost for our first 2. Now, Hardline is going to get you your streaks faster, and Ghost is going to keep you off the radar. Now, the thing about using Ghost is that unless the enemy team has a UAV, it's a useless perk. But because it will hide you when you're on a streak, it's very good at making sure you can stay alive, which is why we need it on this class. Now, for our second perks, we're using Toughness because this really helps you out with all the assault rifles whenever you're being shot at. But we're also taking Scavenger so that we can use as many bullets as we need for when it comes to getting kills. And since we want to get our big streaks, we need not to have to worry about our ammo, and Scavenger lets us do that. Now, finally, for the third perk, we're taking Dexterity. Now, this is a really strong choice, since being able to pull your gun up faster will let you win more gunfights that you didn't know were going to happen. And it also lets you use the M27 at close range, which is really good since we won't need to take a secondary as well. So that's our first class. Now, this class is well suited to those players who like to use assault rifles, but always find themselves being killed by people using submachine guns. Now, moving on to our second class, we're using the PDW for our primary weapon. Now, this gun is a good choice for most people since it's got a really high damage and a really big default clip size. Now, because this gun has got such a big clip size, we can save a point on an attachment and use it to make a much stronger class. So for our only attachment, we're taking the Silencer. And this is so that we can rush and escape whilst killing people but not be seen on the map. So make sure to use this class if you want to be an aggressive player and still be able to get big kill streaks. So moving on to our first perks, we're taking 2 perks again. But this time it's now Hardline and Lightweight. Now, Hardline simply makes your streaks easier to get, but what really helps this class is Lightweight. And this is because you can move faster, which may sound small, but it really helps you out when you're in gunfights, and it lets you have a quicker sprint. Now, for our second perk, we're taking Scavenger again. And this is here to make sure that we don't run out of ammo, but also to give us an unlimited supply of lethals. Now, because the PDW is a submachine gun, you'll find that you run out of ammo after about 9 kills. So Scavenger is a definite choice to keep you on your streak and to make sure that you can still have bullets when you need to get more kills. Now, for our third perks, we're taking Dexterity and Extreme Conditioning. Now, these perks make rushing much easier with the PDW, and because you've got Lightweight on, you'll run faster than anyone else in the map because you've also got Extreme Conditioning. So you'll be able to rush as much as you want, but still be able to make a quick escape. Now, for the final part of this class, take a lethal that suits you best. But whatever you choose, remember that you've got Scavenger on, so you can have an unlimited supply as long as you kill enough people. So that's our second class, and this class is really well suited to the players that want to rush, but still want to be able to survive and get lots of kills as well. Now, moving on to our final class, we're using the QBB as our primary weapon. Now, this is a light machine gun, but it's more of an assault rifle because it's got a higher damage and a longer range. But because it is a light machine gun, you move very slowly with it. So this class is best suited for the players that prefer to be more defensive and defend the objectives. So for our attachments, we're using the stock and the quick draw. Now, these attachments take away the bad points with the QBB. So instead of aiming and moving slow, you can do both much faster with these attachments, especially when you're in a gunfight. So for our first perk, we're using Hardline, and this is going to be a good choice to help us to get the streaks faster. And we don't need Ghost, since if you're playing a defensive role, you'll be in a good position to kill players who try to rush you. Now for our second perks, we're using Toughness and Fast Hands. Now Toughness is again a great help when you need to get a kill over range, but Fast Hands is going to let you equip a secondary weapon much faster and throw back grenades safely, which are both things you'll need to be able to do when you're playing a defensive role. Now for our last perk, we're taking Tactical Mask. Now this perk is great for keeping you alive, because if you're defending an objective, players will throw tactical equipment to try and kill you. So this makes it easier to hold your position and to stay alive as well. Now for our last 2 points, we're taking another primary weapon. So for this, you'll need the Overkill wildcard. Now for this gun, I recommend choosing something that works really well in close quarters. So a Vector, PDW or MSMC are going to be the best choices. Now by having 2 primaries and these perks, staying alive and getting big streaks can become very easy. Now that's our final class. It's best suited to objective players who want to be able to sweep the map, but also hold down areas and positions as they go. Now these classes are made for getting you your big streaks, but also to keep you alive. Now in the next video, I'm going to be going over the best kill streaks to use for these classes, and after that, I'm going to be going over how to use the map, as well as how to survive, so you can get as many kills as possible. Now this has been part 1 of the Big Streak Guide, and I really hope you guys have enjoyed it. So remember to hit that like button if you have, because if we can hit 1,000 likes, I'll upload part 2 as soon as possible. Now if you guys need any help with anything, just leave a comment and I'll get back to you if I can help. But anyway guys, my name has been LynxWarlord and I'm signing out, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.